PSTN is a public switch telephone network. It's a copper-based network owned and operated by Openreach. It's being switched off at the end of 2025 because it's old. It's been around since the late 1800s and it doesn't support bandwidth-intensive services that we need for our modern workplace. PSTN services have already started being withdrawn. So Openreach started what they're calling a stop sell across the UK on various exchanges where they're moving them from a PSTN based to an FTTP based set of services, so moving from copper based to fibre based service. How the PSTN switch-off impacts your business depends entirely on what PSTN services your business uses. So you might be reliant on ISDN for your voice comms, for example. That's being switched off as part of the PSTN retirement. So you would need to think about moving those services to unified communications, VoIP solutions, something of that nature. It's a great opportunity for customers to consider their own business's digital transformation as they move into a modern workplace. As I said, leveraging things like unified communications, future-proofing their own technologies. And it's something that they need to do sooner rather than later. 2025 seems like a long way off, but it's just around the corner in reality, and a lot of places have started a stop sell of their exchange already. So by forcing ourselves down this path of digital transformation, moving into this modern workplace mindset, we can allow our businesses to run really effectively. We can have remote workers, people all over the world. We're a very interconnected society now. We really need to be able to connect to that global network. The alternatives available for voice entirely depend on what services you're using already. So if you're using something small like a single or a multi-analog line, you might find that a small hosted voice solution would be good. It'll give you some of those basic core features to replicate what you've got on your analog services at the moment. If you're using something more complicated like ISDN, then you might find that you can keep your existing phone system if it's IP capable and have SIP to allow you to pass those calls over the internet, or you could move that entire solution to a VoIP or hosted voice solution in the cloud to allow you to pass your calls and traffic over the internet that way. There are loads of alternatives for connectivity in the market. So anything you've got at the moment that will be copper-based, standard broadbands, FTTC, EFM, those services will be being replaced by full fibre. So fibre to the premises, which is widely available now. Openreach also have a product out that's called SOGEA, which stands for Single Order Generic Ethernet Access, and it's really just a fibre broadband without the copper line underneath. All those services are making available bandwidth to our mid-market customers that was previously way too expensive to even consider. When we look back to how much bandwidth used to cost in a leased line capacity, full Ethernet services were really, really expensive, hundreds and hundreds of pounds a month. Those fibre-based services are now significantly more affordable, and the bandwidth available is also significantly more. It can be really tricky to figure out if you've got PSTN services. You might be able to tell from looking at the box that comes into your comms room. If it's an old style master socket, that's a pretty good indicator that you've got PSTN services. Or if you've got ISDN, that'll come into a box on the wall that might be easily recognisable. But if you're not sure, you can ask your technology partner, someone like M247. We can find that out for you and let you know what PSTN services you might have on site. So the benefits of the PSTN switch-off are forcing our hand into digital transformation, giving us access to more resilient services and moving our businesses to the cloud.